It's been a little while since Rachel Zegler was in the headlines, and she made sure yesterday to make sure to fix that. Now she is coming out, and after having her Snow White film be a total disaster, after getting massive pushback for a directorial decision during her Evita performances, now she's coming out to play the sympathy card and wants everyone in the world to know that she's now on pills and she has to see a psychiatrist because people were so mean to her over the Snow White film. This is just very typical Hollywood, very typical nonsense. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Built for America. Hey folks, quick but really important update. Right now, DC politicians are trying to kill the energy tax credits that are actually bringing the manufacturing back from China and putting America to work. These credits are fueling American energy dominance, rebuilding supply chains, and hitting China where it hurts. We're not talking theory. We're talking real jobs, real factories, real results right here in America. Repealing them would destroy millions of jobs, gut $1 trillion from the economy, and hand China the win. President Trump, don't let Congress pull the plug on America's comeback. Protect the tax credits that are putting America first. Rachel Zegler reveals psychiatrist anxiety meds helped her deal with Snow White backlash. Even Snow White needs a shrink. Rachel Zegler had revealed that she needed therapy and anxiety medicine to help her overcome the monumental backlash she received while starring in Disney's live-action Snow White remake. The 24-year-old actress opened up about the controversy and how she moved past it in an interview with ID magazine published yesterday. My effing psychiatrist has seen me through all of it, Zegler explained, noting that her medical doctor constantly reminded her, what you're going through isn't normal. That sentence did such wonders for me in multiple situations in my life, she said. The Y2K actress also revealed that she started taking anxiety medicine. Now, hey, look, as somebody who has dealt with anxiety, who is dealing with it, it's no laughing matter. My question is she telling the truth? I tend to believe that she's full of nonsense after her, film career has crashed and burned. Her, Broadway career is being widely mocked. Now she's like, but my pills. I need pills because people are mean to me on the internet. It's very, very, very odd. Zegler said the decision was truly a game changer. I wasn't functioning, and I wanted to function in a way that made me feel confident in the way that I was moving through the world. Besides her psychiatrist and anxiety meds, the West Side Story star also cited her mindset as one of the things that helped her overcome the backlash that she received. I think victim mindset is a choice. Uh-oh. The left is not going to like that. And I don't choose it, she explained. Then why are you taking the pills and going to a psychiatrist? I also don't choose nastiness in the face of it. I don't choose negativity in the face of it. Yeah, but you did. You were absolutely putting out wildly negative statements. You were putting out, you were going against openly your co-stars in the film. You were passing around negativity like it was free anxiety meds. I choose positivity and light and happiness, Zegler continued. And I do believe at times happiness is absolutely a choice. And every day I wake up and I think I'm very lucky to have the life I live. Cope. It was first announced that Zegler had been cast as the Disney princess in the live-action Snow White remake back in 2022. The young actress, who is of course not white, faced backlash from fans after the casting announcement. Like, here's the thing that the media is full of it. The media is lying to you about and gaslighting. They want to pretend, and believe me, there was backlash, I admit, for hiring a brown person to play Snow White. But none of that was really directed at Rachel Zegler. That is a fallacy. It's just like when the media said that Kelly Marie Tran was getting all sorts of backlash. I saw absolutely none of it. This is that Asian actress from The Last Jedi. There were a lot of people making fun of the character, but nobody was saying Kelly Marie Tran is bad. Where Rachel Zegler started getting negative feedback was when she trashed the original film, okay? When she trashed her co-stars, and when she used the platform that Disney gave her on X to share the Snow White trailer and immediately follow it up with a divisive Palestine statement, Free Palestine statement. She is the sole person responsible for all the backlash that Rachel Zegler got. I don't know or not know if she was any good in that movie because it was obviously not for me. Disney has been telling, me for years that their product isn't for me. But to act like Rachel Zegler got all sorts of negative feedback directly simply because she was cast in the role is absurd. It just didn't exist. It's an alternate reality. In 2024, Zegler was forced to apologize after she wrote an anti-Donald Trump post on social media. Angry Disney fans threatened to boycott Snow White if the actress was not replaced. Let's not forget that she said, and I quote, "I hope that no Donald Trump supporters ever know peace." That's over half the country. Rachel Zegler single-handedly tanked this movie. Now, I don't know if the live-action remake for Snow White was ever going to make $1 billion, but I can tell you for a fact it made hundreds of millions of dollars less than it should have because she just simply would not open her mouth. Or she opened her mouth and just wouldn't shut up and promote the movie. Don't forget, her apology, "I let my emotions get the best of me." But now wait, I thought you said you chose to deal with negativity with light. I'm just not sure. Because what she said was, "I hope Donald Trump and none of his supporters know any peace." Let me actually pull up that let me pull up that post because this does not feel like she was dealing with it with positivity. She said, "There's a deep, deep sickness in this country that is shown in the sheer amount of people who showed up for this man, who threatens our democracy," Zegler wrote of Trump, who beat Kamala Harris in both the Electoral College and popular vote. She continued, "Sending love to everyone who needs it today," and emphasized the importance of local politics before signing off her note, "F Donald Trump." I mean, does that sound like dealing with it with love? When she said, "I hope Donald Trump supporters never know peace," was that dealing with it with love? May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. In her final post, which she subsequently sent out between the acts of Romeo and Juliet, she ended by saying, "I will love through these 4 years the best I can. F Donald Trump." This woman is the ultimate narcissist. Every bit of criticism that she received, every bit of backlash she received was because of her own political statements, which she is fully entitled to have. She's entitled to have. Though the live-action Snow White remake finally made it to theaters in March 2025, it received poor reviews and totally tanked at the box office. Despite the film's poor performance, Zegler still took to Instagram after its weekend premiere to celebrate it being the #1 movie in the world. Well, yeah, that's like a mom saying my kid's the smartest kid on the short bus. Now, with Snow White and all the drama in the rearview mirror, Zegler is looking to the future for new opportunities. She's not going to get hired in any movies. She is box office poison. I promise you this woman will not be starring in any major film for the next 5 years. Well, let's say 3 years, because Hollywood does have a short memory. By the way, and if Hollywood moves on from the eyes too wide of, the hammerhead shark look of their female cast that they seem to be loving, she's out of work forever. I mean, this is a woman that literally everywhere she goes. Rachel Zegler now reaffirms her stance on Palestine after Snow White backlash. There are obviously things that are staked by being outspoken, but nothing is worth innocent lives, Zegler said. Child, please. Being on the side of Free Palestine is the easiest position on earth to have. The idea now starring in the West End revival of Vita, Zegler continues to stand by her beliefs. "My compassion has no boundaries. It is what it is. And my support for one cause and not denounce any others is always at the core of who I am." So, I mean, hey, look, she said Free Palestine. It's totally fine for her to stand on business and stand on that. But the fact that she now wants everyone to feel bad for her. By the way, audience outrage as Zegler performs Evita's most famous song on balcony to Londoners for free. The paying audience has to watch the most important song of the show on a TV live streamed. Could you imagine? Could you imagine paying to see a play? Now, this isn't Rachel Zegler's decision. right? I like, this is, I'll be seeing this live in 11 days, at least I hope so. Hopefully I won't be watching this particular moment on a screen while inside the London Palladium. You will. She goes out. I think it's somebody thought it was a cool, buzzy idea. You could have, people in the street see her sing the song. But imagine paying to see a show and then having the best part of it, you have to watch it on TV. It'd be like being at a football game on the final touchdown drive, and like when they're on the 10-yard line and 4th and goal with 35 seconds left, you suddenly covered up the entire football field and you'd have to watch it on TV. Like, it's crazy. But, again, everywhere where this woman goes, bad things follow. I think her career is over. You let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.